A very warm welcome to all of you joining with us for today's webinar on topic Mastering PPAP with LiveQC Tools, the Digital Transformation Approach. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. I'm Santoshi and I'll be the host for today's session. Before we begin, a few housekeeping updates. All participants' microphones are muted and cameras turned off to maintain proper bandwidth. If you have any questions or clarifications, please feel free to post them in the chat box. We'll also have a dedicated Q&A session at the end where we'll address all your queries. Thank you for your understanding. Now let's get started. In today's competitive manufacturing environment, customer satisfaction are evolving rapidly. Organizations are expected not only to deliver quality products, but also to demonstrate process consistency, traceability, compliance, and readiness at every stage. This is where production part approval process plays a vital role. PPAP acts as a bridge between customer expectation and manufacturing confidence. It always ensures that the product and process are validated before production and that quality requirements are consistently achieved. However, in many organizations, PPAP management is still handled through spreadsheets, emails, physical files, and disconnected systems. But today, industries are moving towards smarter and more connected quality systems. This is exactly where LiveQC Tools brings a digital transformation into PPAP management. With LiveQC tools, organization can centralize PPAP activities, automate workflows, streamline approvals, improve traceability, and gain real-time visibility into the entire process. Instead of reacting to issue at the final stage, teams can proactively manage quality with better control, collaboration, and confidence. Before we move further, let me introduce Aegis India and LiveQC tools. Aegis India has been delivering engineering excellence and digital transformation solution. Since 1993, we are supporting industries across automotive, manufacturing, engineering, and industrial sectors. With decades of experience in engineering service, process optimization, and quality management system solution, Aegis has continuously helped organizations improve operational efficiency and strengthen business performance. Built on this strong foundation, LiveQC Tools was developed by a team of experts with decades of experience in simplifying and modernized quality management system through digitalization. The vision behind LiveQC Tools is to help industries move from manual quality management to smart, connected, and continuous improving digital quality system. Today's webinar will help you to understand how digitalizing PPAP can simplify complex workflow, reduce manual dependency, improve compliance readiness, increase process transparency, and accelerate customer submission efficiency. We will walk through how LiveQC tools supports organization in building a smarter and more efficient quality ecosystem. And now it gives me a great pleasure to introduce our speaker, Mr. Jishnu, application engineer. He will walk us through how organization can successfully master PPAP using LiveQC tools and adopt a more efficient digital quality approach. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Santoshi ma'am. So once again, I welcome you all. Myself, Jishnu Bhaskar, and I will be taking you forward through this webinar. So before we begin, let me quickly walk you through today's agenda. We will start with a brief introduction to PPAP and understand its importance in manufacturing quality management. Next, we will cover the fundamentals of PPAP, and after that, we will move into one of the most important part of this session, the hidden chaos behind manual PPAP management. We will look at the real-world challenges faced by the quality teams, such as document confusions, approval delays, version control issues, and audit stress. Then we will discuss how organization can move from a chaos to control through a digital transformation by using LiveQC tools. We will also explore the supporting functionality available in LiveQC tools that helps to simplify PPAP management, improve the traceability, and automate the approvals, and overall enhance the overall efficiency. And finally, we will conclude the session with the key takeaways, followed by an interactive Q&A session. So let us start with a quote. Quality is everyone's responsibility. It means quality is not limited to a QA department. And thus, PPAP is not handled by only one quality department. It requires collaboration from design engineering, production, supplier team, quality assurance, management, customers. So every team contribute to ensure the product quality, process consistency, compliance, and customer satisfaction. So let us see what exactly PPAP is. PPAP is one of the core quality tool widely used in manufacturing industries, especially in automotive and precision engineering sectors. Its main purpose is to make sure that supplier fully understands the customer requirement and is capable of consistently producing the quality parts. In simple terms, PPAP helps to reduce risk before a product or process goes into full-scale production. Instead of identifying problem after delivery, PPAP ensure that potential issues are addressed early through a structured, team-oriented approach. Now let us look at when PPAP is typically required. The first and most common situation when a new product is introduced. Whenever a company launches a new product, component, or part or an assembly, the customer needs assurance that the supplier can manufacture it consistently as per the design and quality requirements. At this stage, PPAP acts as a formal approval process. It validates the product design, manufacturing process, inspection methods, and the production capability before the mass production begins. Another important situation where the PPAP is required is when design changes are made. Even a small modification in the product design can impact dimensions, fitments, performance, or manufacturing processes. Because of this, customers require a fresh PPAP submission to ensure the updated design can still be produced consistently without affecting the quality. This helps to prevent the production issues, reduce the risk of defects, and ensure that both customer expectation and engineering standards continue to be met after the design changes. Even if the product design remains the same, changes in the manufacturing process can directly affect the product quality and consistency. These changes may include new machines, updated tooling, process parameters change, line relocation, automation upgrades, or change in any inspection methods and process. In such situations, PPAP helps to verify that modified process is still capable of producing the part that meet all customer requirement and engineering requirement. The supplier must revalidate the process through updated documentation, inspection, capability studies, and control plan to demonstrate the process stability and consistency. In other situation, when PPAP becomes necessary, when a new tooling or equipment introduced to the manufacturing process, when a company replaces the old machines and install a new equipments or introduce a new tooling, there can be variation in way part are produced. Even if the product design stays the same, manufacturing output may change due to the difference in the machine capability or setup or process conditions. So that is why customer often require new PPAP submission whenever there is a major equipment or tooling change happens. PPAP is also required when there are supplier changes or material changes. And the quality of the product is highly dependent on the raw materials used and the consistency of the supplier providing them. If a company changes its supplier or switch to a new source or modify the material specifications, it can directly impact the product performance, durability, and manufacturability. Because of this, customer often request a new PPAP submission to verify that new supplier or material still meets all the engineering and quality requirements. And finally, even if the product design is material and the process remains the same, shift of production or different plant or facility can introduce a new risk and variations. Factors such as machine setup, environmental conditions, workforce differences, and process handling may affect the product quality and consistency. Because of this, customer usually request a new PPAP submission whenever a manufacturing transferred to new locations. The purpose of this PPAP is to verify that new facility is fully capable of producing the parts that all meet engineering specification and quality requirement. Now let us understand the main purpose of PPAP and why it is important in quality process and manufacturing. PPAP helps to ensure that the product designs requirement are clearly understood, manufacturing process are validated before the mass production. It also ensures the consistent product quality, reduce risk during the product launch, and build the customer confidence through a proper documentation and evidence. Overall, PPAP act as a bridge between supplier capability as well as customer expectation. In summary, PPAP is not just a documentation activity, it's a structured approach to ensure the product quality, process reliability, and customer satisfaction before a full scale production starts. Now, let's look into different levels of PPAP submission. PPAP is mainly divided into five levels. Each level defines how much documentation and the supplier must submit to the customer. The level selected using usually depending on the complexity, risk, and customer requirement. It starts with level 1. It is the most basic level where the only product submission or part submission warrant, the PSW, is submitted. This is generally used for a low risk change or minor updates. Level 2 include PSW along with limited supporting documents. It's commonly used for simpler component where the selected quality records are required. Level 3 is the most commonly used PPAP level in the industry. It includes PSW along with the complete supporting documentations such as PFMEA, control plan, dimension report, capability study, and material test results. It is a common mainly used in automotive industry and manufacturing industry widely use this level 3. And we have level 4. It's based on the customer defined requirement. In this case, customer specify exactly what document or evidence need to be submitted depending on the application or project. And finally, the last level, level 5, it is the most comprehensive level. Here, the complete PPAP documentation is maintained and reviewed at the supplier manufacturing sites. This level typically used for high risk and safety critical or highly regulated products. Now let us understand how to choose the right PPAP level, starting from level 1. Level 1 is the simplest form of PPAP submission, where only the part submission warrant PS or PSW submitted to the customer. No additional supporting documents are required unless specifically requested by the customer. This level is typically used when there are only minor changes to the product or process, and the manufacturing process has already approved previously, and it's also suitable for low risk product where the chances of quality issues are very minimal. And level 2, this level is generally used when there are moderate process change or when dealing with a standard or less complex components. It's also selected when the customer requires only a limited review of PPAP package. In level 2, the supplier submit the part submission warrant along with the sample product and selected supporting documents. This level provides the balance between documentation effort and quality assurance and make it suitable for medium risk situations where some validation is necessary but a full PPAP package is not required. Now let us move on to level 3. It's known as full PPAP submission, and it is the most commonly used level in the automotive and manufacturing industries. Level 3 is typically required during a new product launch, major customer process change, a new customer program, or whenever a complete production validation is needed. It is also considered the standard submission level in many automotive applications. In this level, supplier submits the complete PPAP package to the customer. And the next level is level 4, which is known as the customer specific submission level. In this level, commonly used prototype for the prototype development, special projects, pilot runs, or unique customer program, where only selected documents and validations are necessary. In level 4, the supplier submits only the document requested by the customers. These may include specific inspection reports, test certificates or test results, sample approvals, or limited process documentation depending on the project scope. Finally, we have the level 5, which is the highest and most detailed level of PPAP submission. This level is typically used for critical safety parts, high risk manufacturing process, or the product that must meet strict regulatory compliance requirement. In level 5, the supplier maintains the complete PPAP documentation at their manufacturing site rather than submitting every document directly to the customer. However, the customer has the right to conduct on-site audit reviews and whenever it's required. Now let us see what are the standard submission documents in PPAP. It starts from design records, engineering change documents, engineering approvals, DFMEAs, PFD, PFMEA, control plan, MSA, dimensional results, material or performance test certificate test result, initial process study, capability or called capability study, laboratory documents, appearance approval reports, sample production parts, master sample checking aids, records compliance, and the common document called a PSW, which is a common submission for all levels. So up to this point, we have discussed what PPAP is and why it is important and the documentation involved in the process. But now let us talk about the real challenge in many organizations face. The hidden chaos behind the manual PPAP management. In many companies, the PPAP activities are still handled using spreadsheets, mails, paper files, shared folders, and disconnected system. At first, this seems manageable, but as the project grows, the process quickly becomes the complex. It's difficult to control. Now that we understand that PPAP and its importance, let's move into the real world challenge faced by the quality teams. On paper, PPAP look like a structured process, but in reality, when it's managed manually, it often becomes chaotic and stressful, right? In many organizations, still rely on Excel sheets, paper files, emails, shared folders, and manual approval process to manage these PPAP activities. As the number of projects accumulates, the customer requirement increases, the process became harder to control. Now let's walk into a typical day in the life of a quality engineer managing the manual PPAP process. Imagine that starting your day surrounded by stack of PPAP documents, printed drawings, Excel trackers, approval mails, sticky notes, and manual checklist. Such a chaotic situation, right? The quality engineers spend hours of time, their time, valuable time, collecting the documents from different departments, checking the revisions manually, updating the trackers, and preparing the submissions. Instead of focusing on their quality improvement or process optimization, most of their time goes into administrative works and clerical works and document handlings. And just when everything seems under control, a customer suddenly requests for the latest approved documents. This is where the real pressure begins. When a customer asks for the latest approved control plan and PFMEA immediately or other documents immediately. So now the quality engineer has to quickly search through folders, emails, shared drives, and old files to find the correct version. At the same time, there is an uncertainty. Is this the latest version? Was this document approved? Did the customer receive the updated file? And this leads to directly to the one of the biggest problem in manual PPAP management, that is called version confusion. In many organizations, document naming itself becoming a problem. Just like files are saved with names like final, final new, latest final, or final approved. After a while, nobody is completely sure which one is the actual and the latest approved version. This creates confusions, delays, and risk of submitting incorrect documents. So older version remains mixed with new files, right? And the different teams may unknowingly working on the different version of the same documents. And there will be a confusion between the team. Someone will say, sir, I think this is the latest one, the final one. Another will say, no, sir, the customer approved is the final approved file. And now everyone is under pressure. If this sounds familiar, this webinar is for you. So endless approvals and follow-up. Approvals process become heavily depend on mail, phone call, and reminder in current scenarios. So another major challenge in PPAP management is the approval process. The quality engineers spend huge amount of time following up the different stakeholders for approvals. Reminders, mail, phone calls, status updates, and manual follow-up become the part of their daily routine activities. Often remain spending most of the time because someone is missed their mail, forgotten review of a file, or was unable for approval. This creates bottlenecks, delay submission, and increase frustration across the team. And the pressure becomes even worse during the customer audit or internal audit. The auditor may suddenly ask for design records, facility inspection report, dimensional report, test certificates, or approval history. When these documents are managed manually, team will definitely struggle to retrieve information quickly, right? Employees start searching through physical files, folders, mails, spreadsheets with under an intense pressure. And this creates a panic among the team, confusions, and unnecessary stress during audits. And finally, the submission deadline comes. It has been arrived. At the last minute, the team rushed to compile the file manually, verify the revisions, trace the Excel record, search for the approvals, print, scan documents, organize everything for submission. This created tremendous pressure on the quality team, especially when the multiple projects are running simultaneously. Because of the entire process is manual, even a small mistake, such as a missing one document or attaching a wrong division, it can delay approvals or result in the customer rejection itself. So what we see here is not just documentation challenge. It is a process efficiency challenge, a traceability challenge, and ultimately it leads to a business risk. There are operational challenges eventually becoming problems, business problems. Because manual PPAP handling will lead to approval gets delayed, audit readiness decreases, productivity is reduced, customer satisfaction is affected. So after seeing all these daily struggles, documents, confusions, and endless follow-ups, audit pressures, version mismatches, and last-minute submission stress, one thing becomes very clear. Managing PPAP manually is no longer sustainable in today's fast-moving manufacturing environment. As the customer expectation increases and the product complexity grows, manual systems simply cannot provide the speed, traceability, visibility, and control that modern industries require. Now the question is why digital transformation become a necessity in PPAP and quality management? The answer is very simple. Today's manufacturing environment is moving faster, becoming more complex and demanding greater accuracy than ever before. So growing customer expectation and stricter compliance requirement, faster production timelines, increasing audit demands make the manual PPAP difficult to sustain. The organization now need a digital system to ensure a quick access to the document, better traceability, faster approval, and improved audit readiness. That is why the digital transformation has become a necessity rather than an option in modern quality management. After understanding all these challenges of manual PPAP management, this is the turning point from moving from chaos to control. For many organizations, PPAP management today feels chaotic, scattered documents, endless follow-up, audit pressures, version confusions. These problems consume valuable time and reduce overall efficiency. This is where digital transformation becomes essential. Like you see tools helps organization to simplify and streamline the entire PPAP process. And this is where a system driven approach becomes important. Not isolated tool, not separated document, but a connected quality system. And this is exactly what we aim to achieve using live QC tools. Now you can see the same engineer now works in a clean digital environment without any chaotic situation using live QC tools. Let us see how this is possible to achieve this digital transformation by using live PPAP of live QC tools. We will deep dive into that. Like you see tools, all PPAP with like you see tools, all PPAP documents are managed in one centralized digital platform. Instead of maintaining multiple folders, spreadsheet, paper files, everything include control plans, FMEA, PFMEA, FAR, MSA, SPC reports is securely stored and easily accessible in a single system. This centralized approach improves document traceability, version control, collaboration across the departments. Teams can quickly retrieve the latest approved documents without confusion and duplication. The LikeUC tools provide a structured centralized PPAP repository for managing all quality document in one place. Let us see how a PPAP is created in LikeUC tools. Here you can feed the basic details of PPAP, like you can pick the level based on the documentation will be created. You can pick the start date and end date. And we have a part master. You can link your part for which your the PPAP is done for. And you can see the part information captured automatically. And let us pick the customer for the PPAP is done for. LikeUC tools also helps in maintaining document consistency, version control, audit readiness, PPAP elements digitally linked, secure, stored, reducing the risk of missing files and duplicating documents. And if you want to, based on the level, you can pick the submissions. And if you want to edit the submission once, for example, if engineer change is not required, you can edit from here also. So LikeUC tool is not only about centralizing the PPAP documents, but it's also enabled to smart responsibility assignment, task management for PPAP activity. Within the system, organization can assign the specific PPAP documents such as FMEA, control plan, MSA, or FAR to responsible team or members depending on departments. This ensures a clear ownership and accountability throughout the PPAP process. The software also allows the user to define timelines, due dates for each task, and automate the task notification reminders, which help teams to track the pending activities, complete the submission. As you can see, once the task has been assigned, define the date, end date, and once you save the PPAP, all the item will be created with the unique tracking numbers. Email notification and task alert in LikeUC tool system provides automated mail notification for PPAP documents, assigned, and task tracking. As shown here, whenever a PPAP activity is assigned, the system automatically sends a detailed notification mail to the responsible user. This mail clearly displays assigned PPAP requirements, document numbers, start dates, and end dates with the task reference numbers. So, LikeUC tools provide a well-structured documentation system where all PPAP quality documents are organized in a single centralized listing. User can easily open, view, and access the document anytime without searching through multiple folders or mails. This structured repository improves the document visibility, reduce the confusions, ensure a better traceability across the entire PPAP process, and it also supports digital transformation by making the documentation management faster, smarter, and more efficient. LikeUC tools provide a complete traceability throughout the PPAP quality management process. With a single keyword, just like a part number, you can instantly trace instantly trace all the related PPAP document in a single stretch. With this intelligent search capability, a part number will lead to the complete PPAP submission document. You don't need to rely on multiple folder structure. You don't need to spend more time to find the exact document. Everything is available in a single touch. That's the intelligent search capability of LikeUC tools work. And I ever thought of digitalizing your approval? LikeUC tools enables the complete digitalized approval process, eliminating the need of manual signature, paper-based approval. Document can be reviewed now, approved, or rejected directly within the system with a proper authorization and traceability. This helps the organization to speed up the approval cycle, improve the accountability, maintain a clear approval record at every stage of their process. By digitalizing the approvals, LikeUC tools enhances the process efficiency, support a smarter, paperless quality management system. Not only the structured PPAP with document control or centralized repository solves the problem, right? It needs other supporting system or functionality for a smoother operations. Let's start with MSA, measurement system analysis. It's a critical element in the PPAP process because it ensures the measurement system used in the inspection is accurate or relay with and consistent. Along with the live MSA, with 8 MSA studies incorporated, here you can feed the basic information of MSA like gauge infos and reference values. Then once the appraisers given their inputs, you will get a complete calculation of MSA study that you have picked, along with 15 plus MSA charts and informations. And finally, you will get the result with NDC value and inference. You can extract this full-fledged report as a PDF format that's configurable to a report format. And SPC, statistical process control, that play a vital role in PPAP process by ensuring that the manufacturing process is stable and capable of consistently producing a quality parts. Through control charts and real-time process monitoring, SPC helps identifying the variations before they become a defects. With LikeUC tools, SPC data can be collected, monitored in real time, and enabling faster decision making, improved traceability, and better process control. This supports organization in achieving higher quality standards and smoother PPAP approvals. Digitalizing the inspection and ballooning. Now, inspection data can be directly entered into the system of LikeUC tools at the time of inspection, not after or before. But during the actual operation, each measurement is linked to specific drawing characteristic, defined requirements or documents, so there is no ambiguity. And first article inspection reports are generated systematically with a proper structure and traceability. And most importantly, each ballooned parameter can be linked with your process flow diagram, FMEA, and control plan. So you have a linked system of documentation. Digitalized audit checklist. Digitalizing audit management helps the organization to streamline, simplify the entire audit process by replacing manual paperwork. With a centralized digital system in the PPAP environment, audit are essential to ensure compliance, process consistency, and quality standards. With LikeUC tools, audit planning, checklist management, and finding the corrective action approval can all be managed digitally in one platform. This improves visibility, reduces the demonstration errors, documentation errors, and ensures the audit records are easily accessible anytime. Another important aspects of during audit is audit scoring, because audit is not just about identifying issues; it's also about evaluating the performance. In many cases, scoring are done manually, and insights are not easily visible. In a structured system, scoring is built into the audit process. Each checkpoint can be evaluated, score are calculated automatically. Performance trends can be analyzed here. And task management. Task management acts as a powerful supporting tool in PPAP process by improving coordination, accountability, and team collaboration. In PPAP, multiple departments such as quality team, production, design team need to work together, complete various documentations and activities within a defined timeline. With LikeUC tools, tasks can be digitally assigned to the responsible users with target dates, priorities, and status of tracking. Ever thought about automated notification system? It's done. Automated notification and reminder helps to ensure that activities are completed on without any delay. If any delay happens, you have an escalation system inbuilt with LikeUC tools for notification triggers. And finally, before and after. In traditional approach, organization mostly depend on Excel sheets, emails, or manual follow-up, which often lead to delay, miscommunications, and difficulty in tracking documents. Manual approvals and scattered data also make audit stressful and time consuming. With LikeUC tools, everything is managed through centralized QMS. Thus, your PPAP documents, approval, tasks are digitally connected in a single system. The software enables digital workflow, real-time collaboration, instant visibility across department, helping them to work together for efficient PPAP documentation. Instead of reactive quality management, organization can move towards proactive digital quality management with a better traceability, faster communication, audit readiness at any time. Overall, the digital transformation simplifies the PPAP management and improve the process efficiency. And finally, it enhances the overall quality control. Now, this statement highlights a very important reality in the manufacturing industry. The PPAP itself is not the real challenge. The real challenge was managing it manually. By digitizing the PPAP, like you see tools manufacturers can improve efficiency, reduce the errors, ensure the compliance, and accelerate the customer approvals. In short, like you see tools transforms PPAP from a complex manual activity into a smarter, faster, and more controlled digital process. As we come to the end of this webinar, this slide is a perfectly summarize the goal of digital PPAP management. PPAP is not just about documentation. It's about managing quality process, efficiencies, and collaborative with complete control. With like you see tools, organization can manage all critical documents, PPAP documents such as control plan, FMEA, PFD, SPC, MSA, and all other PPAP records within a centralized platform. This creates more organized, traceable, and audit-ready environment. And this software enables digital workflow, faster collaboration, better visibility, and simplified document management, which helping the teams to reduce the manual effort, improving overall efficiency. Before we conclude, here are the key takeaway from today's sessions. PPAP become much more efficient when we move from manual paperwork to digitalized approach. With like you see tools, organization can centralize all PPAP documents, streamline the workflows, improve the collaboration across the team. This reduces the manual effort, minimizing the delays and reworks, and ensure the faster, more organized submission to the customers. Overall, digital transformation helps turn PPAP from a complex documentation burden into a smarter, faster, and more reliable quality management process. So, thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you for your patience, and I hope you have enjoyed the presentation.